What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for a Week 5 recap. Let's go!
First game, we got Jags versus Bills at Tottenham, London Town. So this Jags offense was pretty much able to get the best out of this Bills defense, with T-Law going for 300 passing yards, Travis Etienne going for over 136 rushing yards, and we got Ridley with over 122 receiving yards. Josh Allen tried to carry the team at the end over there, with him having over 350 passing yards, but it wasn't enough, and it didn't help that the Bills' defense was going down left and right. That defense is pretty battered up, pretty injured. Players going down, key players missing. Matt Milano fractured his leg, and the defensive line depth is pretty thin right now. As for the Jags, looks like London is going to be their second home. Welcome to London, Jags. Next, we got Titans at Colts. The Colts were able to stay in control in this game, and they look like they have a problem at quarterback. Anthony Richardson has been getting injured every game he's played, and when Gardner Minshew gets in there, it looks like they have a better offense. And Jonathan Taylor is finally back in this game, but Zach Moss was in control of this game. He had over 165 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, carried the game here. JT may be back, but watch out for Zach Moss. And the Colts and the AFC South may be getting a little bit more spicier. Next, we got Giants at Dolphins. And man, this was a beatdown. The Giants couldn't control the cheetah. Tua went off. He got over 300 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 2 picks. He had his moments here and there. But in the end, it was just Dolphins all over. Devon Achane, he had over 150 rushing yards and a touchdown. This guy's still going off, and this is just a continual beatdown on the Giants. Will they ever win a game? I don't know, man. And this Giants whole line, man, it's so bad, man. They're just watching Daniel Jones get beaten. Next, we got Texans at Falcons. Desmond Ridder had himself a game, having over 300 passing yards. His home win streak is still alive. Bijan Robinson kind of got limited, averaging 3.3 yards per carry, but that's still fine. It was enough to get them to win. C.J. Stroud still had himself a game. Dameon Pierce, he was all right, had 66 rushing yards. And the Falcons' defense was able to limit the Texans' offense. So that was pretty much the game. Not much there. But another home win for the Falcons here. Next, we got Saints at Patriots. Mac Jones once again did not have a great game. Threw 2 picks, 110 passing yards, and got benched eventually in the game. The run game had nothing going for them. Ryan Stevenson was the leading rusher with 24 yards, averaging 3 yards a carry. And receiving was pretty tough. I mean, the Saints defense is pretty tough, so but still 34-0, no excuse there. They're definitely gonna have to find some changes on that offense. Bill Belichick has to figure something out there. As for the Saints, they had a heck of the game. The first touchdown, Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, he's back. Had a pick 6. Alvin Kamara had 80 rushing yards. Michael Thomas had 65 receiving yards. Derek Carr still not the best, but he's probably still recovering from the injury. But still, Saints with a big win here, 34-0. I guess you could say the Saints defense had Mac Jones seeing ghosts out there. Next, you have the AFC North rivalry in Ravens at Steelers. Now, you would think the Ravens would run all over the Steelers defense. Steelers defense haven't been all that impressive this year, but they were able to limit down the Ravens offense. It seems like all those injuries on the Ravens side are starting to catch up to them. Zay Flowers had a good game, not a great game, had a lot of drops, but Lamar Jackson was able to come out with 236 passing yards, did throw interception, got sacked 4 times. Running game didn't have much going for them. Gus Edwards was the leading rusher with 48 yards, but the Steelers offense was able to score. Kenny Pickett was able to score a touchdown, but what saved them was the defense at the end of the game there. So, I guess the defense won the game here for the Steelers, but still. Also, George Pickens had a heck of a game, getting 6 catches for 130 reception yards and a touchdown as well. So, the Pickens pretty much got all over this defense. Next, we got Panthers at Lions. Panthers looking for the first win. Do they get it? Nope. Lions absolutely destroy the Panthers here. That offense for the Lions was all over that Panthers defense. They came to play, but the Lions laid a beating on the Panthers. The Panthers had no answer for this Lions team. And they were without Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. So, kind of worrying there for the Panthers.
Next is the battle of the mids, Jets at Broncos. A heated battle where the Jets are defending Nathaniel Hackett's honor against Sean Payton. It was definitely a battle of the mids where the Broncos only allowed one offensive touchdown, but the Jets still scored 31 points. Stupid plays. The Broncos allowed a safety. The Jets offense still struggled scoring a crappy Broncos defense, but the defense stepped up. While he may not be the greatest coach, he was still able to get one over Sean Payton. Next, we got the Eagles at Rams, and the Rams, this was a heated battle. It was pretty competitive. The Rams receiving core were putting up numbers. Cooper Kupp had 118 receiving yards. Nakua had 71, but it wasn't enough to match A.J. Brown and Goddard. Hurts was able to get it going in the air and on the ground. Had 300 passing yards, 72 rushing yards. This Eagles team is looking amazing. And it was just too much for the Rams. Next, we got the Bengals at Cardinals. This was definitely a bounce-back game for the Bengals. Joe Burrow had 317 yards in the air, and Jamar Chase had 192 yards receiving, 15 catches, 3 touchdowns. They went off today. Well, the Cardinals, quite still competitive. Dobbs threw 2 picks, wasn't able to get it done. Rondale Moore led the team rushing with 50 yards, was kind of crazy. Watch out, looks like Joe Burrow and the Bengals are back. Next is the explosive matchup, Chiefs at Vikings. Definitely some sketchy action going on here as when the Vikings were trying to make the comeback, there was pass interference and a flag was thrown. They picked it up, but the player took off his helmet, which should have been a foul for, I think, 15 yards or so. But the refs told him to put it back on. So that's kind of sketchy as, the Vikings played pretty solid. Kirk had 284 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. Madison couldn't get it going, but Addison had to pick up as I believe Justin Jefferson got hurt this game. Not sure what the injury was, but Pacheco, he went off. Kelsey went off. Mahomes, they were doing their things, but it looks like the league is definitely favoring the Chiefs here. The head of officiating did review the play and revealed that it was no flag. Next, we got them boys versus the Niners. And oh boy, the boys might not be back as Dak Prescott did crap himself this game, threw 3 interceptions, took 3 sacks. Pollard couldn't get the run game going. Nothing was going. They were starting to find success during the game, and the Niners, man, they're red hot right now. They did anything they wanted in the offense. Defense was able to shut down the Cowboys' offense. Brock Purdy is accurate as ever, 252 yards in the air, 4 touchdowns. McCaffrey had 51 yards in the ground, and Kittle got 3 touchdowns. Crazy game. The Niners are legit looking crazy right now. So, yeah, scary team to play right now. It was kind of nice of the 49ers to make the Cowboys think they had a chance in this conference.